Previously on Vulcan Soapbox.
I'm willing to defend that point. I think that I have good. I can. I don't know who wants to debate it out, but I would definitely debate out that helps the Crips more than hurts them.
I think the Crips have done enough as far as putting themselves out there. I think if
Cal,
you want
Cal,
crack,
you've done enough.
you can go. Yeah, I think you can go find it. It don't. That doesn't push the numbers. Like, do you think that women that want to play tennis, maybe them, yeah, the ones that want to play tennis, they might want to be Crips now, playing tennis at Harvard. I don't know.
I want to learn how to do that cool Crip dance like Serena.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, all that means is you're gonna have a bunch of little white tennis players in America doing the worst version of a Crip walk you possibly can do.
Yeah, and see, this goes to the point, and this is partly why I think the problem is with most people, what you're saying, Bodega and Freshly, is that I think y'all are not being creative enough, or maybe you just don't understand how human psychology or sociology work enough. One of those two, because I'm gonna put it in two. You have two categories. Well, I'll say you have three categories. You have people who are gonna want to join the Crips because of what she did. You have those that are gonna be more sympathetic to the Crips because of what she did, and people that's not gonna like it. I'm in the I don't like it category, right? Most folks are going to go into the I'm not as hard on it as I used to be because it's become more commonplace. That's what marketing does. Marketing makes you more comfortable with things. I don't want to get into certain political movements that have done that by introducing into small bites until we all find it not as offensive as it used to be. That's how marketing works. Any business will tell you that. So my point is saying that if you're just thinking it's people are going to want to join the Crips because you did that, then okay, yeah, that just means that you're thinking it's too binary. It's either they want to join or they don't. No. The most people are going to be people who go, you know what? As I'm seeing it more and more, maybe it's not that big of a deal.
I'm here to stand on my soapbox and proclaim that to the world.
On this show.
This is the hottest show on the planet right now.
What's the debate?
Ain't no debate.
Should Miss Serena have been Crip walking? Let's start with Bodega Man.
Look, I'm pretty sure she low-key got some type of check off of this. Crip walk girl. Go ahead. You get that bread. I mean, why not? Do it. It is what it is.
All right, let's go Fresh.
No, she's not a Crip. she I mean, again, gang, especially black gangs have been so commercialized that I suppose you can't really blame her. But again, this goes back to the mixing of the message. Like I mean, he could have put her in a video. He could have done anything. He decided to mix this with his "Hey America" message on the Super Bowl, and I'm like, It sounds like she was just being an opportunist to get back at Drake for being petty. So I look at it as like I think she stooped, in my opinion, and that's not saying nothing about Serena as an overall individual or as an athlete, but she stooped. If she was being silent and she was being classy the whole time, Drake was being petty and taking little shots at her and her boyfriends or her husband, then she lost that classiness because she came on and Crip walk on Kendrick's set to be petty. I don't care what she said. I don't care what her PR team told her to say. She's being petty. She was being petty as hell. And I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a tough one because unfortunately the Crippin has been a household name for the black community. So it's been co-opted by the entertainment industry, mainly hip hop. So but the name still says the dance still says Crip. So
yeah, it's Crip walking. They could have called it sea walking, which was helped to become commercialized. But I guess Snoop Dogg allowed, and this is not me being upset at it. It's just me kind of speaking on the state of it. Snoop Dogg being what he is right now in terms of his celebrity and his crossover ability has kind of helped commercialize, even to where you can say the word Crip walking and no one affiliates it with a murderous street gang, which is what it is. That's crazy.
Yeah,
you have somebody doing the custom messaging walk of a murderous street gang on the Super Bowl.
You got to think like it's just like, you know, if you see old war movies and you see that army coming in and they're beating the drums and stuff like that, or well, I wouldn't even use that. I'll use like the Mad Max movies. You see that rock star, you know, as they're chasing you and they got that music going on. To us that's watching the movie, we're thinking, oh, this is entertaining. The people that they're chasing is like, I'm getting ready to be out of here. I'm about to be deleted. Yeah. And for a lot of people that have seen that walk, that Crip walk in real life, they're like, I might not make it out of this.
I'm in the wrong place.
I'm in the wrong place. I may not be able to get out of this place. So yeah, that's a dance of intimidation and death for a lot of people throughout history. So I definitely don't think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was gonna just say, I mean, I definitely don't think a GOAT should be associating themselves with that type of low level street activity. And I get the commercialism, I get all that stuff, but
even if she wasn't a GOAT, I just think
Fresh, I need you to read some comments.
Okay, Miss Brown and Gray says Serena was not worried about Drake. That's cap. They bashed her heavily for Crip walking after her win. This was her chance to do it at the Super Bowl. She even had on a tennis skirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a good point, but it's cap. It's cap. Again, even I had issue with her Crip walking even after her win in, I want to say it was at Wimbledon. To point, you're not a Crip.
Yeah.
Just because you're from Compton doesn't mean, and again, it's so commercialized that, and I'll say this, in terms of how bad her Crip walk was, it barely, to me, it barely resembles a Crip walk. Someone had to identify that as a Crip walk when she did it. It's almost like the 7-day, what is it called? The 7-day trial version of the Crip walk. It's not. If you put her up against somebody, against an actual Crip who walks, they're going to be two basically completely different dances. So maybe she gets away with it like that, but yeah. Okay. Why would she want to open herself up to that sort of criticism again? If she knew, like, hey, I got bashed heavily for it after her win, she's looking for that type of energy again.
Yeah, put it on for
she's looking to expose her and the family that she now has to that type of criticism online.
Yeah,
or she saw her shot to be petty again. Because if Drake is taking shots at her, right? She don't rap. She doesn't sing, right? She plays tennis and she's the best at it. But she doesn't really have the platform to get back at Drake the way he gets at her and her boyfriends. So of course, take the opportunity, get on stage at one of the biggest, one of the most watched events
entertainment in the world.
In the world, well, not in the world though, not in the world.
In America,
in America for sure.
Let's get Vulcan and Bodega there. What's your thoughts
bigger?
On it?
What's bigger than the Super Bowl?
World Cup by a lot.
For sure.
Yeah, soccer's the most watched sport globally.
They have performers on for that too?
They didn't, but guess what? Their first time having a halftime show, guess who's headlining it?
Bad Bunny.
Drizzy Drake.
Oh, for real?
Bad Bunny.
Pew, 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 pew.
Is that for real?
Yes. Yes, that's what I said, bro. Yeah. He is Drake is unstoppable. You could slow his momentum, but bro, you can't stop that guy. That's disgusting how this man basically been quietly. I mean, he definitely seething because he getting cooked over here. But the man went and got the first ever halftime show headlining for something that has maybe 3 to 5 times the viewers as the Super Bowl. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, we got any more comments?
You're on mute. You're on mute.
I said that was it. I know Vulcan was about to say something. And Bodega, something else I want to add before or add to what Brianna?
Well, I was going to just say, yeah, what Mrs. Gray is saying about not worried. The thing about the not worried, I know that's kind of a term that we throw out. That could mean somebody ain't really focused on you. It could mean they're not worried about you. They're not getting anxiety about you. It could mean they're not even thinking about you. She definitely was thinking because that whole performance was aimed at a certain individual. The highlight of it, the punchline of it. So it'd be hard to say she's not worried about him because she knows what's going on. Yeah. There's no other way to interpret this. So I mean, so not worried.
She's also enough of. Go ahead. I'm sorry. She's also enough of Black history that she could have been just up there and still falling in line with the messaging.
Yeah.
Without doing the Crip walk, they specifically brought her on to do the thing that's really outside of her tennis career greatness.
Yeah, I mean it is within her background. She is from Compton.
It is. It's a deep cut though.
Is it an L or a dub for Serena? Was this an L or
I don't think it's an L or a dub for her. I think it's an L. I think it's an L for us as a Black people. Because I think that already white people can't really address it because any type of Black criticism is going to be looked upon by some as racism. So their hands are kind of tied with white guilt. So the only thing that's left is for us to internally bring up the fact
on
that
Twitter, because they was going in on Twitter.
I was about to say this is Trump's American, brother. These white folks out here is not worried about the tied hands.
Yeah.
They was tripping on her Crip walking.
Just the performance altogether.
Classless.
Yes.
All that good stuff. But those, I think, in terms of criticism, she gonna get that regardless of what she does. She been getting that her whole career. So I can see why she wasn't afraid to do it. It's just like, I mean, this gonna be another kind of Wednesday. But for me, it's like she actively sought it out.
I just don't think we should associate ourselves, as catchy as the dance is, on that type of platform. I don't think we should be associating ourselves with the lowest versions of ourselves within our community. Shouldn't be doing it.
Do you think it was an L for her husband though? I was listening to the ESPN and Stephen A. Smith say, "You trying to get back at your ex, man? You can go back to him then."
I'll say this: within the Black community, most Black husbands aren't going to be okay with that kind of a thing. And my understanding of the white community and what I've experienced is that can go either way. So some people was like, hey, look, let her be a strong Black woman and do her thing, and I'm just gonna support her. He's already with the greatest tennis player, extremely wealthy. He already won. So
but he's been a background guy the whole time. Like he's always been a background guy to her celebrity. He's far more wealthy than she is, but in terms of celebrity, he's not well known. Across the board in his circles he is, but she dwarfs him in celebrity, so that would have been something he had to deal with regardless.
What you think, Bodega Man? Was it an L for his husband or a dub? What you think?
For her husband.
Her husband. I think that was a Freudian slip. That's messed up,
Wow.
Yeah.
Say wow.
Strong Black woman.
I'd have to hear that call. I'd have to hear that call that she got. Like if he said, "Hey, you want to get back at Drake?" Oh no, we can't do that. There's no way. Like that's crazy. Now I don't know, man. No, now that you say that. Yeah, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. I wouldn't have been cool with that.
You wouldn't be cool with it? That would have been a long talk with after the
because you got to look at
those might have been different locks.
Yeah,
you got
to look at the backlash of that because like I know for me, if it's my lady and she's doing that kind of a thing, I'm looking at the escalation of force. If he does that, he goes to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Now what do I do as a man?
Yeah, now what am I obligated to do as a man? How is this gonna look? Then you have to deal with all the racial stereotypes that are at play. It just opens up a whole new can of worms. Keeping it classy helps in so many different ways.
That's called forethought. A lot of them, a lot of men, especially modern men, don't really utilize that till their actions start costing them.
Yeah.
All right. Dr. A. Williams A said, did you not see her husband response to Stephen A. Smith? I haven't. I don't know if y'all have.
I haven't either.
I haven't either. I know he did, but I didn't take a look at it. I know
Now,
I know what Stephen A. said that she's referring to. But I don't know what the husband said.
To Vulcan's point that he just made, this now puts him in a position to have to respond to Stephen A. Smith.
Yes.
Via Twitter. This is not his bag. This is not what he does. He's not a celebrity. He's not a famous person. He's a businessman. Yeah. So now it's like, okay, I'm on Twitter or whatever platform he responding to Stephen A. Swift, because my wife put me in a position for people to start commenting on her negatively. And as her husband, I'm damn near, especially in America, obligated to defend her, to say, I got to say something.
And you can't out Mike Stephen A. There's certain people you can't out Mike.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah, he has a platform that pays him to
multiple platforms.
That's true. So, Mr. Alexis Onassis, he would have to do, like, to properly defend his wife, he would have to go above and beyond. So basically, no matter what he says, is going to be drowned out by, even folks like us. It's just going to be drowned out because there's so many folks commenting on it that they just going to have to go into hiding for the next however long. And as long as I put it to you like this, in terms of communication and relationship, as long as that was understood between them, hey, I'm gonna go out there and do this thing. I'm definitely gonna get some backlash for it, so forth and so on. If that was an understanding between them and they know what they're gonna do, then more power to them. This is obviously just conjecture at this point, but
so next question: what her Crip walking? What message did it communicate? Let's go ahead and start with Bodega.
You said what message does it send?
Yeah, what does it communicate?
That she just thought it was a dance, man. I think that's how she looked at it. I don't think she thought bigger than that.
Brush. What message did it communicate?
I've already kind of said this, but it just communicated her pettiness. This is a shot at Drake, at her ex.
It's petty.
It's petty, man. And again, I want to keep prefacing my statements or qualifying my statements, but I don't have a problem with the pettiness. But I do want it to be called what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. So I don't want her pettiness to be seen as some sort of revolutionary messaging or anything other than what it is. It's pettiness. And, if you want to be petty, that's cool. Do your thing. But that's what it is. Also, I think it communicates the watering down of what some of my street brethren would call pure cripping. It just I don't know, man. This Serena Crip walking on the Super Bowl, like was it bolster recruitment numbers? Like, what does it do for the folks who actually take that serious? I think it takes them down a peg. I think it harms the organization more than it does it good. And I can only speak from my standpoint.
You're saying harms the Crip organization?
Yeah.
I was going to take it. I think it the opposite way. I thought that was going to help their numbers and recruitment.
And that was my question. I just think that it takes away some of the validity of it. Like I don't see nothing hard about Serena doing a poor excuse for a Crip walk on the Super Bowl, like that lends any validity to my claim that I'm a deadly street gang. It's like, oh, you're a deadly street gang, but Serena's out here doing your patented dance basically on the Super Bowl. Like that's where y'all at right now. That's just my opinion.
Bodega, man, like you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, but y'all know women get passes for most things when it pertains to that. Like definitely in cities where it didn't originate from. And then I didn't know. Once again, I didn't know she was doing that. I didn't know that's what that was. Y'all told me. The internet told me that. Like, oh, okay.
You didn't know she was Crip walking?
No.
That lends to my earlier point.
So you
would very watered down version of it.
You wouldn't have recognized the Crip walk if you saw it, or say she just did a poor job of a Crip walk.
It would definitely be a poor job if I didn't recognize it.
Okay, so you didn't know what it looked like before the Super Bowl.
Like you're familiar with what Crip did. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, and how I answer the question, I think it helps their numbers, and primarily the reason why I think it helps their numbers is just because when it's on that big of a stage, one, it helps to be, to help the authorities not recognize who's doing it because it's cool, who's doing it because they're actually affiliated. So now I'm able to blend in to the dominant society a lot easier because that dance is now a part of pop culture. So I'm able to be more conspicuous. Or sorry,
is this his response to Stephen A?
Yeah, that's the response.
And then
you want it read, or you just putting it up there?
Yeah, once Vulcan finish, that's a good point. And then Fresh.
Y'all go ahead. All right,
go ahead, Fresh.
I'll point what
Alexis Ohanian.
I want to expound on that a little bit more. Sorry, Fresh. Go ahead.
You want me to read it now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alexis Ohanian, which is Serena's husband, says, "I get it. You're 57 and life didn't turn out the way you imagined. That kind of disappointment must be exhausting. You're the embodiment of peaked in high school, spending decades chasing validation from strangers through likes and digital hugs, only to find that no amount of external approval fills the void. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Criticism only fuels your victim's complex, reinforcing the comforting delusion that there's some grand conspiracy against you and your quote unquote brave ideas, when in reality, you've just got terrible takes. It's a cycle: outrage, backlash, self-pity, repeat. This is a lonely road. There's still time to rewrite the ending. Start by working on yourself first. You'll find that if you wake up every morning trying to be a little bit better, a little more curious, you won't have time for irrational hating. You'll be too busy winning." See, this is why he should have stayed off the internet, bro. This is not for you.
It doesn't matter if the take is good or not. It's the first one.
It doesn't matter. Everything he said about Stephen A. Smith is almost patently incorrect. Stephen A. Smith is one of the most winning people that we know. There's no like in the world, and it's well documented too. So this is again more pettiness. Like this is my point, or actually it's Vulcan's point, but to caveat, he's required to get out and say something, and because they don't compete in the same arena, he can only say something like this, unfortunately. And it's so easy to disprove. It's like, what do you mean that he peaked in high school? What are you talking about? It's one of the most well-known faces in sports.
Well, he means he peaked as far as basketball.
But again, you would have to specify that. You said he peaked in high school. He clearly didn't. He's outrageously successful, and his success keeps growing over time. Like, we've known Stephen A. for what, 20 years? Yeah,
I think he's comparing Serena Williams' athletic career to his.
And I'm going to go ahead and say this is why this is not his bag. He shouldn't be doing this because he's out here communicating. He's not even doing it effectively. He didn't even his point didn't even bang home like it should have. If everything that you're saying, Vulcan, is true, it's not a clear statement.
I think what he said is going to resonate with most women, especially most Black women, and a lot of people that are diehard Serena Williams fans. I think his message will resonate with people more than maybe you're giving it credit for.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't have its audience. I'm saying in comparison to what Stephen A. is able to do and what he's able to say, it pales. He doesn't have the tools. He doesn't have the ability to really fight with Stephen A. in this space.
But we can say, in terms of their success, it could be. I mean,
again, if that's the case, you can say I and my wife are more successful than you in these arenas, but that's not what he said. He's speaking on Stephen A.'s career in a silo. Your career, or you as an individual, peaked in high school. You're not as successful. Like he's saying things that are easily like Stephen A. is going to destroy this. He's going to get on his platform. He's going to kill this, and it's going to resonate with a much wider audience than Alexis Ohanian. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think Stephen A is a pretty classy guy. I don't think he'll turn his back and forth with the husband onto Serena. So I think that I don't know if much harm will be done with this situation. I was more so saying on the Drake side because Drake may not be as classy as Stephen A and may choose to attack Serena, in which case the husband can't do much as far as platform voice. So that's more so I was saying. I think if the husband made his statement, I don't think Stephen A is going to continue to drag this on. I don't think he would, because it's
we talk about the same Stephen A.
Well, because the thing is, but he's a businessman. There's not much he's going to gain from this.
But he does have his own YouTube channel, though.
No, he will gain a lot because he gets paid to talk and react to things.
But this is going to be is a noble quest, whether or not we agree with it or not.
Yeah, point. But Stephen A comment on it at all. I don't think it's not a noble quest. I'm going to the point earlier that Serena put her husband in a position to have to defend.
Yes, but I'm saying
her, but he's ill-equipped to do so against the person he's doing it against. Is my point. I'm not saying he shouldn't.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if
you're saying that Stephen A is probably more classy. He knows this is a man.
Yeah, and so I'm bringing up the classy point to say I don't think the husband is taking a major risk here. Even though we both agree Stephen A's platform, he can speak against the husband a lot more effortlessly and intentionally because of his platform. I just don't think that he would do it because it doesn't look good press wise. Whenever you're going after a husband or a man protecting his wife, it's gonna bring Stephen A's stock down.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying that Stephen A is going to speak out against Alexis. I'm saying all of his points, all of Serena's husband's points are easily like Stephen A is going to destroy his statement, not him. To be honest with you, if we're being 100% honest, he really can't go at Alexis. Alexis is like a billionaire. So in terms of success,
I don't think Stephen A can destroy his points because one, those points aren't mathematical points. They're not scientific points. Those are all abstract, soft points that
correct, which is why Stephen A can defend them.
I'm just saying he can. If he chooses to defend them, he loses ground. I think. Now he can address them, but I think if he goes anyway but classy, it's going to drag Stephen A down. That's my opinion about it. I think it's going to drag him down.
I don't think we've been watching the same Stephen A.
I feel like Stephen A is going to say something about this, but like he's going to take the classy route out.
Yes,
because her husband could have just said, "You're wrong for that, Stephen A," and you're going to have people like, "That's right, he's taking up for his woman." Did you say something against that? It's going to be wrong, man. It's going to be it'd be dirty to do that.
Yeah,
but he chose to go after Stephen A. like personally.
Yeah,
it's damn near ad hominem.
He took the approach that I think most ladies would want their husband to take. That's a Jada Pinkett Will Smith thing all over again. There we go.
Yeah, and people destroyed Will Smith for it. No one took the classy route with Will Smith. We killed him for that.
But he didn't technically slap Stephen A though.
He did his best version of it.
He Twitter slapped him.
Oh,
he Twitter slapped him.
He's a billionaire. He could do a way better version if he wants to. He can get anybody can get touched by being there.
He would not be able to operate in those type of spaces. He's a businessman. Unless he gonna get Stephen A clapped. He can't do nothing that leads back to him. Unless he gonna get that man shot off a roof, there's nothing he can do that wouldn't reflect negatively on him and his business ventures.
We'll have to see.
I want to go back to what Vulcan said earlier. Do you think was you reaching? I mean, could that be considered reaching, saying that Serena Williams' Crip walking on stage might gain more members, more Crip members?
I'll address after.
What did you say, Bodega?
Preposterous.
That's all I'm
I'm glad you rewinded that. So glad you did that. Call him out.
Yeah. Okay, now when I'm
the subtitles or something.
I feel very strong about that. But I want to say the reason I don't think it's a reach is because one, I didn't bring the point up. I was taking the opposite of what Freshly said. So I'm just taking the opposite side. So I don't think it could really be a reach if I'm just taking the opposite side. But
It can be.
But second, we'll see. We can probably discuss that too if y'all want. I don't know if you want to go that route or not.
Sounds
But I'll
like
say
a loophole to me.
But I want to, because I'm not the one who made the point. I didn't say, hey,
Say Drake.
what she did is
You got him on the run, big dog.
It's not gonna
say Drake.
Y'all crazy. But yeah, so I definitely don't think it's a reach if I'm just somebody takes a stance and I say I take the opposite side. That can't be a reach. No matter what the person started, I can take the opposite. But secondarily, I'm willing to defend that point. I think that I don't know who wants to debate it out, but I would definitely debate out that helps the Crips more than hurts them.
I think the Crips have done enough as far as putting themselves out there. I think if you want Cal,
you've done enough.
You can go. Yeah, I think you can go find it. It don't. That doesn't push the numbers. Like, do you think that women that want to play tennis, maybe them, yeah, the ones that want to play tennis, they might want to be Crips now, playing tennis at Harvard. That's I don't know.
I want to learn how to do that cool Crip dance like Serena.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, all that means is you're gonna have a bunch of little white tennis players in America doing the worst version of a Crip walk you possibly can do.
Yeah, and see, this goes to the point, and this is partly why I think the problem is with most people, what you're saying, Bodega and Freshly, is that I think y'all are not being creative enough, or maybe you just don't understand how human psychology or sociology work enough. One of those two, because I'm gonna put it in two. You have two categories. Well, I'll say you have three categories. You have people who are gonna want to join the Crips because of what she did. You have those that are gonna be more sympathetic to the Crips because of what she did, and people that's not gonna like it. I'm in the I don't like it category, right? Most folks are going to go into the I'm not as hard on it as I used to be because it's become more commonplace. That's what marketing does. Marketing makes you more comfortable with things. I don't want to get into certain political movements that have done that by introducing into small bites until we all find it not as offensive as it used to be. That's how marketing works. Any business will tell you that. So my point is saying that if you're just thinking it's people are going to want to join the Crips because you did that, then okay, yeah, that just means that you're thinking it's too binary. It's either they want to join or they don't. No. The most people are going to be people who go, you know what? As I'm seeing it more and more, maybe it's not that big of a deal.
Or what if it's
that's
just
the point that I'm making?
What if it's just gentrification?
So, anybody have a rebuttal or response to that?
No.
I mean, yeah, you're arguing a point that no one made.
You got. I don't know.
Neither one of us made that point.
Okay, so we're all in agreement that her doing that is going to lead to more sympathizers and those who want to join the Crips.
No. I don't think it's gonna bolster the recruitment numbers. There's not gonna be people lining up trying to get jumped in.
To me, this is insane. This is insane that you don't think that getting celebrities to do your marketing is not going to help with the numbers.
No, I said Serena.
Every company's marketing strategy.
Serena Williams or Odenheimer, whatever her last name is now.
Odenheimer.
Yeah, I don't know.
His name is my name too.
Yeah. He's a Viking or what?
Yeah, I don't know what that guy Hans. I don't know. Oh,
Alexis Ohanian.
I was close, bro.
Odenheimer,
yeah.
Hey, what did Stephen A go to? Didn't Stephen A go to college for journalism?
Yeah.
I
just don't understand how Alexis Ohanian can say your life didn't turn out how you.
We're moving away. We're moving away.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Enos. Talk your head, Enos.
Let's bring it back, Fresh. Agree or disagree with Vulcan saying.
Bring it back to the bottom of the map.
I agree that it's going to create more sympathizers, but I don't think it's going to bolster the numbers. It's not going to be like you're not going to have people flocking to join a street gang because Serena Crip walked on national television.
Because you moved the goalposts, Vulcan. You said celebrities. We're talking about Serena.
Okay, you mind expounding on that?
Because you said you don't think big marketing, that's what they do, celebrities to keep people to buy in. no men, because I'm pretty sure the Crips are mostly men, are like Serena Williams did that crappy Crip walk. I gotta join the Crips.
Hey, jump me in. Let me get down.
What street do I go on to find those guys?
Let me get down with this set, bro. I'm trying to do the Crip. What's gonna happen when they get in there and be like, listen, man?
To me, this is a sad, because, and this is part of the problem for me, is that we're so soft on these things. The minor progressions that they have as a domestic terrorist organization, we think, it's benign. Or at worst, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. Again, every company does the same strategy. I'm going to get people that are famous to market my stuff. That means doing my slogans, doing my dances, saying my catchphrases. And
but if you're bringing those from a point of zero.
My point's not done. It's almost done, though. That's the first half of it. The second half isn't that not exactly what that is? The Crip organization has a celebrity doing their dance. That's literally what marketing is all about. So if it does,
if you have the wrong celebrity do your marketing, if you're associated with something else, then that actually hurts your organization. That's why people pull certain sponsorships if the celebrity that they have pushing it is involved in something that doesn't align with their organizational beliefs. They pull that stuff.
But that's true. So that doesn't apply to her. I agree with you. That doesn't apply to her, though. She perfectly aligns.
No, she doesn't, because she's a person who's she's in blue, but again, her lifestyle does not espouse the virtues, if you will, of a street gang. No, nothing that Serena does in her life.
Yes, you need people
lines up with what
to do it. If you really want to have global power, international power, you got to get people who are not like you to participate in it as well. Eminem did a lot for hip hop. Why? Because he didn't look like Rakim and Big Daddy Kane. So my point is saying the trailer parks, that helps. Now, if they can get Urkel and Screech to do it too, that's going to help the proliferation of it.
It's not, because it's so commercialized that's seen as a dance. Like, Serena's not the only person to do a poor version of the Crip walk, just in general. Like, there's corny, like it's so commercialized that it's corny. There's corny dancers doing that dance everywhere. They do it in b-boy or breakdancing. It's just something that gets done, that it's almost not even associated with the organization anymore. So I don't think that especially when you're not coming from a net positive. So you're saying that just because they have it on that big of a stage done by a celebrity, that's what marketing is. Typically,
but it's done by everybody, not just her. It's done by everybody. Kendrick. It's done by everybody who's on that stage when she's doing it is a part of her doing that Crip walk. It's all a part of the show.
Right, but Kendrick is already affiliated, is my point. Kendrick is from those affiliations.
To me, that just proves y'all's point more, because now you got somebody who's affiliated giving credence to her Crip walk. He endorsed the Crip walk. He brought her on to do it. So again, I think the more we get into it, the more y'all's points is not going to look as strong.
No. What I'm saying is that harms the organization because of their beliefs. It doesn't align with, like, her doing the Crip walk does not align with what that street gang is about. Is my point. So that's like having it's damn near like if you have you and your team are wearing a certain type of shoe, and then the square of the school wears it. In terms of fashion, like, it's almost dead. Like, if he wears it, then it's dead. I don't want to do it anymore. Because if anybody can do it, it's no longer exclusive. It's no longer something that has a net positive pull. So just because she's a celebrity doesn't mean, like, again, Snoop took his celebrity and he spread it because he came from it. Serena is basically an outsider, and she's essentially a square in that space. Her doing it doesn't lend to the credence of the street gang. It doesn't lend to the validity of it. It actually takes away from it, because she's actually not the attention that she's bringing to it is to little white girls who want to play tennis and middle-aged white people.
I love
that's not the target group of Crips. Serena's fan base, the fan base that she would be bringing, is not the target audience of the Crip street gang.
You want to speak to that, Bodega?
Yeah, I feel like they gentrified it, and you know how us black folk don't like that. So I mean, I feel like if this was 15 years ago, you got something, but it's all, like I said, it's like drugs.
This is insane.
Drugs are already in demand. There's I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's already, people already want to be Crips if you want to be a Crip.
I'm just happy this conversation happened. I didn't expect this conversation to unfold this way. I didn't know we were going to be talking about this, but I would never have imagined going into it that our views were going to be that radically, diametrically opposed. So I appreciate it, because that lets me know what I'm doing in my focus when this topic definitely has to be done, because I feel like two intelligent men are becoming susceptible to the Crip marketing. It's not a big deal. That's not what we want. We don't want.
That's not what we at no time did we say it's not a big deal. We just said the effect it has is opposite of positive. No, I didn't say it wasn't a big deal that she did it. I said it impacts it negatively.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if we're fighting against an enemy and we think that what they're doing is impacting them negatively when it's actually positive, are we going to be more well equipped to deal with them, or are we going to be behind when it comes to dealing with that enemy? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if we're thinking it's, go ahead, Bodega.
No. Go ahead. Sound like you're about to clean it up, because I didn't understand you.
So yeah, I'll say it one more time. I'm saying that if you're facing an enemy, which I'm calling the Crips, the terrorist organization, an enemy, right? Domestic terrorists. I'm saying if they do a particular thing and we think, oh, that's going to hurt them, when it's really going to help them, they're winning.
But again, it's not. It's almost as if she made a.
They could get it. But I just want to make sure before you answer.
Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah. I got it.
Okay, I'm saying you agree, but okay, sorry. Go ahead, Fresh.
That's like. Okay, you know what? In a you guys have all seen V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen.
You never seen V for Vendetta? What about you, Vulcan?
That's what Crips want you to do, and I ain't watched that.
That's crazy.
All right, in V for Vendetta, whoever the supreme leader is, that talk show, they make a farce of him. So they have a poor imitation of him, and they essentially make it look silly. Everything that he does, it didn't help it actually turned the people against him, because they made a farcical. Definitely. Brianna Grace said, is Snoop pulling in numbers for the Crips? Snoop is a Crip. He's a known street gang who made it out of the trap and became an acceptable celebrity. So yes, Serena is not associated with the street gang. She's not affiliated with the street gang. In fact, there's a whole movie about how much her father kept them away from that type of lifestyle. So it's almost like, okay, this rebellious, like upper rebellious uppity person is almost making a farce of what we do.
Shout out to Jonathan Flowers.
Ain't no we in there now.
What's up, my guy?
Oh, that's a good point. Not we.
On my podcast as well. Shout out to you.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Fowler.
I don't
what
know
up, though?
I don't know if this means anything, but a Crip actually killed Serena Williams' sister. It was actually a Crip that killed her sister. So I seen that in the vlogs too.
Even worse. Yeah. What a cornball she is. What a cornball.
You want to speak to what Fresh just said, Vulcan?
Hey, real quickly, is it just me, or is our people's boxes disappearing and then coming back on? Are y'all seeing that too?
When he put something, when Enos put something up on the screen, the name boxes they go away.
What I mean is, like, when people are talking, like what you were just talking right now, your box didn't do it, but when people are talking, sometimes their box is disappearing and they're coming back within a second.
Well, I say
like right there, Bodega. Did Bodega just go? Did it happen to Bodega just now?
No.
Okay, it's just on my end. Okay, I just want to make sure it's just on my
it's
end.
on my end. It happens on my Apple tablet, but it doesn't on my desktop, on my laptop. It doesn't.
Okay,
do it, but
got
it does
you.
it on my
Got
Apple
you.
tablet. Yeah.
Oh, y'all on them inferior Apple products. That's what y'all get.
I don't mess with
That's
Apple.
that's what the Crips will want y'all to do.
Oh, that's it. Actually, this is Apple. Yes.
All right, so you want to go?
So okay, so do you think that when the Bloods are seeing the Crip walking on there, you think they're going, yeah, that hurts them. That's gonna get them on my side, yeah. Or you think they think they're thinking like, dang, those people are getting way too big.
No, I think they think it's corny.
No, I get that. I mean, yeah, but to me, that's a separate conversation. Whether it's corny to see Serena Williams doing a broken down.
Yeah, but that's a negative connotation in that space. If it's corny, I don't lend any credence to it.
What about all publicity is good publicity? You think that could apply?
I'm gonna say no. And I say that because all publicity is not good publicity in terms of an organization. So maybe in terms of a product, yes, but in terms of an organization, we see it all the time where you have people on the internet who are espousing their views wearing, company marked or company branded clothes and shirts. Those companies come out and immediately denounce them. Those companies lose something from that. Those companies and that's why they do it. We got to get on top of this before they lose us either shares or customers or reputation. Those types of things that they're not always a net positive. When you have somebody representing your organization that does not align with your organizational values.
Yeah, I mean, I just know if I was a part of the Crip organization, I would love to have a celebrity, regardless.
Well, if I was a part of the Crip organization, I would not want to have that celebrity doing my dance.
Yeah, I would love to have a celebrity do my dance if I was a part of any organization.
If I'm a blood and I see someone Crip walking, I'm like, oh, look, you doing that Serena Williams what? That kills it. Like you're dead. It's dead. It's dead in the streets. Oh, look, he doing a Serena Williams dance.
Oh, Jonathan Flowers said Kendrick is affiliated with the Bloods. Serena's Crip walking doesn't affect anything.
Affect anything is a little extreme.
It actually impacts it even more. Because hold on real quick.
Y'all see this comment right
here? Hey, ain't no practice bitch said I just became a Crip because of Vulcan Soapbox. Damn.
Oh, man.
Hey, if Kendrick is affiliated with the Bloods and he got somebody up on his stage, on the biggest stage Kendrick's ever been on, doing the signature dance of the op, that's crazy. They're both cornballs. Disgusting. I'm disgusted.
It just shows unity, man. It's not a thing anymore, or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen. I beg to differ. Go on, Compton, and say that.
All right, let's do some closing statements on Serena Crip Walker. Let's do some closing statements and get to the next topic. Let's start with Bodega. I'm laughing to myself because I watch a lot of those when they're making them sandwiches in the bodegas.
So everyone's boxes disappear right now. Is this what you guys were talking about?
Yeah.
Everyone's name tag.
Yeah, it's not happening on my end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it did it on mine too. Yeah, as far as I don't really care. Yeah, Serena goes. Yeah, her Crip walking. Yeah, it to me it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I didn't know. Thank the internet for telling me. And I guess she did have on blue. I should have knew. But that's all I got, man.
You guess she had on blue?
Yeah, it was kind of supposed to be a rhyme, but I know she had on blue.
Dang, stepping on the man bars and everything.
You're a hater. Should have been true. There you go. Yeah, man.
All right, where we at?
Fresh. Closing statements, Serena.
Closing comments. I don't think it helped the Crip organization. Because I don't think it aligns with the image that they want to put forth.
Vulcan. I agree with ain't no practice, bitch. Because if we can make somebody become Crips, then definitely
Oh,
Serena
my.
Williams can.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't no practice vision. Not getting into the is not getting on the set. You got Crip in the lowercase.
Yes.
Jonathan Fowler said it's a West Coast thing. Oh, see, he said the same thing you did, Vulcan.
Hey, Jonathan, you got to come on, man. We got to debate this.
The Vulcan's amazing, man. We're having so much fun.